Welcome back. With thousands of federal workers facing uncertainty under the threat of Elon Musk's and DOGE's chainsaw, as we saw the other day, more than 100 House Democrats are pushing for the federal agencies facing DOGE's ultimatum to call their bluff and renounce Musk's initiative. A letter to the heads of 24 federal agencies reading today in part, quote, "Mr. Musk's threat is reckless, cruel, unlawful, and unenforceable. You must take immediate action to clarify that the federal employees at your agency are not obligated to respond to this ill-conceived email stunt," referring to the email that was sent out the other day. Tell us what you did last week. And joining us now is the Democratic congressman from the state of California, back here on the Hill, Congressman Ami Bera. Congressman, nice to see you as always, sir.
Blake, thanks for having me on.
So I went through that letter, Congressman. It was 100+ Democrats, and I was looking for your name, and you weren't on it. Why?
You know, from my perspective, the email that went out really is somewhat sophomoric. I mean, that's not the way you go about justifying someone's job. I agree with my colleague from Ohio who's just on. Give it to the cabinet secretaries, the folks that are in charge of running the agencies. They're Donald Trump's handpicked folks, and let them go through their agencies, see what programs are relevant, which ones aren't, where you might be able to downsize. But again,
so you would be good with
asking everyone.
So you would be good with both layoffs and cuts if Musk and DOGE took a back seat and the secretaries did the work?
Well, what I would do is I hope the secretaries work with us in Congress. As Congressman Davidson said, you've got to pass legislation, you've got to codify legislation. So again, I'm not here arguing that there isn't some waste, that there aren't inefficient programs, but work with us. And again, if Elon Musk identifies stuff, he's obviously a technology wizard, modernize government, make it work better and more efficiently for the American people. But again, on the layoffs, the human resources side, that's best left to the agencies.
Okay. You are a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. There was I thought, a fascinating press conference today at the White House. Emmanuel Macron, President Trump. And Macron, Congressman, for all the conversation in the last week of what is the president saying about Russia and Putin, and why is he saying it? Why is he saying what he is about Vladimir Zelensky? Emmanuel Macron today was fairly complimentary, but he was fairly complimentary of what the president was doing on this possible security for rare earths deal. I want you to listen to the French leader, and then I'll get your reaction on the other side.
First of all, allow me to commend you on your decision to work with President Zelensky and to conclude this agreement that's so important for the U.S. and Ukraine on rare earths, critical minerals, but also having substantive conversations with President Zelensky during this key phase of achieving this deal.
I mean, that's a different narrative than I've heard in a lot of corners, Congressman.
Yeah, it is, and I think the Europeans understand that we are making this pivot to Asia, trying to bring this illegal war in Ukraine to an end, and that Europe's going to have to step up and take responsibility for European security. Again, I think you'd find a lot of Democrats that support that notion that, if we're going to pivot to Asia, we've got a threat in China, then Europe's got to step up. And part of rebuilding Ukraine, I think the American people would say, okay, well, are there ways for us to get some benefits? We need those critical minerals. Can we do it in a way that benefits the Ukrainian people, but also fills a need that we have?
So do you think, if I hear you, you think the president's strategy, or at least the way he's going about it, is right?
Well, I wouldn't present it the way Donald Trump's talked about it, but look, this is a war. It's the third year right now. It was an illegal invasion by Putin. I don't trust Vladimir Putin, but right now it's at a stalemate, and maybe Russia even is winning a little bit here. So can we bring this to a conclusion in a way that guarantees Ukrainian security, but also, they probably will have to, have some occupied territories here. And then can we pivot to the bigger threat in China?
All right, we'll leave it there. You picked up on the same thing I did. Listening to Macron, I was like, wait a minute. He was fairly complimentary today of the president. Whatever you think about how we've gotten to here, it was certainly a fascinating scene. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.